In the year 1800, a small coastal town in Maine became the stage for what some folks call America's first real ghost story. The spirit would often appear to multiple people at once and have full conversations with them as a ball of light or a full-body apparition. Devoutly religious, she would even make predictions that surprisingly came true. Is she America's first real ghost, or just an invention to convince people to allow a marriage to happen? This is the story of Nelly Butler. Welcome to Ghost Binkers. Pause for dramatic effect. That was the loudest fucking... Hello, junior and senior Binkers. I'm Trev, and I want to believe in ghosts ever so badly, and I'm running out of the ability to do so. And with me is Killian.
I don't believe in Nelly Butthole, and I think that the volume started okay and just got louder in my earphones as it went on also. I don't think the audience is going to experience this, but imagine the Ghost Binkers theme starting at a reasonable volume and progressing to a deafening thunderclap.
I could like barely hear what I was saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said. I think I might, maybe I did say Nelly Butthole.
I unfortunately just thought of that while you said it and started laughing. This might be the first one that I can immediately debunk as I think this is a Stephen King book.
Oh,
I think you accidentally read a Stephen King book. It's Maine.
It's interesting
that
you say that.
A ghost girl. That's Stephen King shit. I think you were like ghost stories from Maine, and then you were like, oh, what's this? Pet cemetery? Wow, the pets come back to life here? That's crazy. You know?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Together, we are the Ghost Binkers, and we explore real-life spooky stories and joke the spooky credibility out of them. A light, I'm really scared to hit this button. Bink. Oh, it's not nearly as loud as I expected. It's funny that you say that it is a Stephen King book, because the book that I read a book for this episode, but it was written in like the 1800s.
Yeah. No, it's just anytime I hear Maine.
Stephen King stole the story.
I don't actually know if it even is related to a Stephen King book. Whenever I hear Maine, I'm like, oh, Stephen King.
That's fair.
Stephen King book. Anytime especially Maine ghost, Stephen King.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Stephen King is the Stephen King of horror, so
yeah,
I mean, I get it. Speaking of people we know and love,
there's a part in Stephen King's book about writing where he talks about his babysitter putting her big ass in his face and farting in his mouth. So you're welcome, big fans.
Wait, what is that from?
It's from his book on writing.
Oh, okay.
And he talks about like his babysitter. I think she used to like hold him down and fart in his face. And he's like, I just remember a big old butt farting in my face. And I think I think everyone's got to kind of learn that now.
Is he confessing like to a fart fetish?
If he's not, he is. It's one of those, whether he knows it or not. Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of fart fetishes, no. So I actually came across this book thanks to our old pal Peter Muse. I have taken your advice and learned how to pronounce his name correctly.
Yeah.
It is Muse.
Yeah, that wasn't shocker.
He covered Nelly Butler, and actually listed the source where he got a lot of his information from. And I said, you know what, Peter, I don't want to usurp you.
Yeah.
But if we can get,
I will.
If we can get like the closest to like the immediate source we can, I'm going to do that.
I don't think he would list the sources if he felt like that was usurping.
Yeah.
I don't know, Peter, but he seems like a reasonable sort of person.
I mean, he specifically said like, if you want to learn more, here it is.
And I do want to learn more.
Yeah.
About Nelly Butler.
Nelly Butler.
The spiritual ghost girl of Maine.
Yes.
Where about in Maine are we?
We are in Sullivan, Maine.
Fuck. Anytime I ask someone that question, they don't say Portland, I'm like, shit.
Do you want to know where Sullivan is?
That's the only city I know.
Let's look up Sullivan, Maine.
I've only been to Portland.
On the map. Okay, so it's near the nose of Maine.
It's nowhere fucking near Portland.
It's like, I would say it's on the upper lip of Maine.
Okay.
If the nose is the pointy part and we got the mohawk up here, that's like the upper lip.
Yeah. Okay.
Sullivan is, as people
sort of
might say,
chin, Maine.
That or like the Hitler stash of Maine, I would say.
Yeah.
That's where Sullivan is.
I agree.
But yeah, so Sullivan is where this takes place. This book is Emma Hardinge, not Harding, Hardinge.
Oh, okay.
Emma Hardinge Britton's 1884 book, 19th Century Miracles or Spirits and Their Work in Every Country of the Earth.
I mean, she's like, all 13 of them. Britain, which
much.
includes all of India. I also think it's funny to like, there was 15 years left, girl. To be like, these are all the miracles of the 19th century. You had 15 years left. There could have been. It could have been a heater.
That's true.
Of 15
she might have missed some of the
15
miracles.
straight years of miracles. They could have added 4 countries. She would have missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this sounds sick because it sounds like the shit in there is going to be whack as fuck. Right?
It's true or not. It's very interesting to me.
Yeah.
I find it really like a cool concept.
Yeah, because it's all just like mumbo jumbo.
I guess I'll just jump right into the story.
Yeah, I mean, unless you got any more about Sullivan, Maine to go into.
Not really. The story touches on it a little bit.
Okay, and so all of these are going to happen pre-1880 something, right?
This starts in 1800.
So that's good news for me because one of the things I do find a little boring is how many ghosts could have been captured by an iPhone.
Yeah. So this is a later or earlier historical one. One of the most extraordinary manifestations of spirit communion that is to be found on authentic record occurring in America took place in the year 1800 in the state of Maine, and a general account is given of it in a pamphlet written by the Reverend Abraham Cummings, an eyewitness of the phenomena he describes. Yeah.
Sorry,
yep.
I always laugh.
Get it out.
I always laugh at the name Cummings. I think it's funny. Change that shit.
It's not just Cumming; it's Cummings.
No, I know.
So it's like multiple.
I always laugh at Cummings because it's like
multiple Cummings.
But you got your whole life to be like, all right, different name.
Yeah,
you're a reverend,
but he's a reverend, so like
come on. You think the Lord wants to see that?
So the title of this pamphlet that is referenced is called "Immortality Proved by the Testimony of Sense," which, like, all these titles are just so flower. Like I don't understand.
That just
what
means
any
like
of them
you
mean.
smelled a ghost.
Yeah, pretty.
You smelled a lady who smelled like a dead body.
And then the publisher added a little blurb that is immortality provided by the phenomena that were witnessed by hundreds in the town of Sullivan, Maine in the year 1800, published by an eyewitness, the Reverend Abraham Cummings, a man eminent in the learning and piety, a graduate of Harvard University.
Yeah. Back before it mattered.
Back before
anyone gave a shit.
Yeah, I guess in the 1800s was Harvard a big deal? I guess it was.
I think it was around like 19, maybe like 18-ish, where they started doing like the business school stuff.
Okay.
And that's when I feel like the reputation really doubled in terms of like being a leader in things.
Yeah.
But until then, they were just known as like a school of high repute.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of America, they were still probably one of the few universities that existed.
They were one of the few like learning institutions, private learning institutions.
Yeah. So this source compiles Mr. Cummings' accounts along with testimony from residents of Sullivan.
Cummings.
Eyewitnesses of the phenomenon. Lots of piles of Cummings.
Yeah, sorry, I can't pay attention during these titles. They just keep going.
And then, so there are a lot
like
of...
100 people saw a ghost.
Pretty much.
That's what they're saying.
And I will preface now that there are a lot of names, and it got a little confusing for me, so I'm going to try to like boil them down and make it clear who is who. From all these sources, it appears that a certain Captain Butler, residing near Sullivan, Maine, married Miss Nelly Hooper, who 10 months after her marriage gave birth to one child and passed with her infant into the spirit world. And remember, this was written in like the late 1800s. Shortly after this lady's decease, Captain Butler became the accepted lover of a Miss Hannah Blaisdell, whose father, like his own, was violently opposed to the match. So, man lost his wife and immediately was like,
shacked up. And also
time to move on.
I feel like kind of rare where both dads are like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Do not do this.
I hate everything that's going on.
Like, if you're like, because it's your son, I don't care if he gets pussy or whatever, but you're like, don't, son, come on. Hannah Blaisdell? Really? The Blaisdell girl?
And I guess like Hannah's dad is like, he literally just lost his wife yesterday.
I'm also assuming that Hannah Blaisdell's like 12.
That's also very possible.
Based on the way these freaks moved around back then.
That is very possible. And he's a captain, so he's got to be at least like in his 30s or something.
I just like every time you read about a composer in the 1800s, they were like, well, he started falling in love with his piano student, who was 11 at the time. But he waited until she was 13. And you're like, wow.
He politely waited.
What a prince.
In the state of things, and whilst the lovers were vainly attempting to soften the obduracy of their parents, the spirit of Mrs. Nelly Butler, formerly Nelly Hooper, became an active participator in the scene.
Name.
She manifested herself in various forms in the houses of Mr. Blaisdell, Mr. Butler, and her own father, Mr. Hooper. aka all the dads.
Yeah.
She's a big dad's lady.
Yeah, this is the dad's doing it, right?
Well, that's a
early theory. It's the dad's trying to end this awful relationship.
That's a good early theory.
It's the dad's trying to drive this rapist away. You know?
Oh no! She appeared to and audibly conversed with her mother and sisters, urged her father to visit Mr. Butler with a view of persuading him that the manifestations that now began to astound the whole country were not, as he willfully persisted in asserting, the artful contrivance of Miss Blaisdell, but were in reality produced by herself, the spirit of his daughter. That is a very long-winded way to say...
So he thought the Butler father thought that it was Miss Blaisdell making up the idea of the ghost. Like he thought Miss Blaisdell was inventing this ghost. Okay, so Miss Blaisdell saw her first?
I guess.
Okay.
So basically, like, Nelly is like, hey, tell your bum-ass dad friend to tell that Hannah is not making this shit up. I'm real.
Yeah, she was like, also, I'm not, I'm not standing on business here.
Yeah, but
said, it's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, she said.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
But I guess, to confirm what you asked, I guess Hannah has been accused of making this up.
Right.
Which, who's to say?
Well, I was going to say, we know it's the dad's making it up
say?
now. Based off my
oh my god,
instinct.
the dads are trying to pin it on her.
Yeah.
To get rid of any sort of
They're like,
suspicions.
and the ghost said Hannah never even fucking said she saw the thing.
Yeah.
The ghost said Hannah's innocent or whatever. I don't know.
Her father, mother, and sisters became so entirely convinced of the spirit's identity that they published circumstantial details of her visitation, attested by their solemn affidavits. One of the purposes alleged by the spirit is to have influenced her appearance. That's a weird sentence. One of the reasons the spirit showed up is to procure the consent of the parents to the marriage of her late husband with Miss Blaisdell.
Okay,
so
now
you can
it
see
makes
why
more sense.
people think it's Hannah.
Also, these weren't frivolous affidavits, right? They were solemn.
They were solemn.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I was worried for a second that they were
these
a lark of some kind.
I would say out of any sort of affidavit, these were probably the most
Me when
solemn.
I'm submitting goofy affidavits to the court. Your Honor.
Hey, Your Honor. I got the fart button back.
You keep your silly affidavits away from me. I declare in this courtroom solemn affidavits only.
Hannah, this is the last time.
Hannah, you will be solemnity in this courtroom.
To the latter, she seemed to manifest an extraordinary attachment and constantly declared that the union was destined by heaven and should take place. So that is like really try hard there.
Yeah.
Like not just this should happen, like God wants this to happen. And you're ruining heaven by not allowing this to happen.
Well, I guess if you think of marriage as like, a thing God ordains, it makes sense that he would be like, hey, you gotta marry this one.
I guess
I'm trying to ordain this shit.
Time to move on. Time to move on.
Yeah, I guess this sounds scandalous to some New England family back then. I'm sure this was tough.
Yeah. I think the craziest part though is like Nelly is wing-womaning so hard for her husband. Like her technically ex-husband. Till death do you part. So they are not together anymore.
Yeah, so the assumption is that I guess she just wants him to be happy.
Yeah. Wow, that's very
nice.
Very,
yeah. Or she was like, yeah, you see how fucking bad his bum ass dick is.
You think she's got beef
now
with
you can
Hannah?
tell people. No, I think she's like, once you deal with my dumb ass bitch ass ex husband, you can go tell everyone how much he sucks.
Oh.
So yeah, go ahead, girl, try it. Yeah, go get married.
Okay. And I have a joke that I pre-scripted here. Okay. She's not just his ride or die. She's his die and ride.
Wow. The ghost isn't fucking him though. Sorry to slip that in before the drum roll.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna say die or die. She's dead. I think that Maine's out of the union. No, sorry.
Oh wow.
You lost statehood with this bullshit.
Oh damn.
You want to fuck around? We're trying to deal with the turn of the
Yeah, what's going on in the 1800s?
The late 1800s factories. America is making
this is
more
early
ships,
1800s,
and we're churning out. People are falling into meat vats, and Maine's like, "Oh, we have a go." It's like, shut up.
Actually,
you can't fit a factory in your dumb state. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because if this happened in 1800 flat, that means America has been a country for like
15 years.
20.
I forgot how early we were.
24 years.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, shit. The
country
the
can't.
British aren't going to attack us again, are they? And Maine's like, "There's a ghost."
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, Maine, thank you.
The country
She wants them to get married, and you're like, thanks, Maine. John Adams is gonna kill himself. He keeps threatening to kill himself if we don't make him president.
Yeah, how many president? Who was president in 1800?
Thomas Jefferson will not stop assaulting his slaves. John Adams.
John Adams.
I'm so fucking.
Wow,
I'm so
that's
fucking
good.
smart.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, the country's not even old enough to rent a car, and they're like going crazy about this. It appears that after the decease of Mrs. Nelly Butler, strong suspicions were entertained of foul play, and a trial attended with circumstances of much suspicion. And many curious allegations took place to ascertain the manner of her death. I mean, it does seem a little bit sketchy that she dies and then he moves on.
Stuff these days.
Yeah, he moves on immediately. It's a little sketchy. The Spectre herself, as the phrase went, Spectre is in quotes, made several communications to different parties on the subject, and the general impression which prevailed in the community was that the frequent apparition of this unresting spirit was attributable to the fact that her life was cut short by violence. So, like,
Ghostable state type stuff.
Ghostable state, but the weird thing to me is they're not denying that the ghost exists. They're just basically saying she's a ghost because she was
they're saying
murdered.
like, oh yeah, no, there's a ghost, and because there's a ghost, that means she must have been killed.
But like, they're talking to the ghost. Ask her.
Were
you murdered?
I'm trying not to be rude because, you know, there's so many ghost people out there. I don't think ghosts have anything useful to offer the world. And I think, like, you ask them any of these questions and they're like, oh, don't go. And you're like, what do you mean don't go? Tell me who killed you, you idiot.
Well, just you wait, because
they're like, wait.
This story kind of flips the script on ghost usefulness.
We had a ghost who was burned alive in a fire in a zoo and was like, don't go in the bathroom. And it's like, stay out of the bathroom. Get a job, man. Convey some information that matters.
This ghost, I'll just preface it now. We're going to get some information.
Wow, look at her go.
Mrs. Butler's spirit often walked by the side of Miss Blaisdell. So they're girls. They're hanging out in the light of day. And the full sight of astonished witnesses. She was frequently seen in the fields, lanes, and woods beside homes.
It sounds like she just wasn't dead.
That's what I was thinking when I was reading this.
They just like got a divorce, sneaky style.
That's what it feels
and,
like.
Covered in white paint. I also like. Otherwise, I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not trying to be like.
It's the 1800s.
I'm not trying to be one of the boys here. Hannah seems like a fucking lot. Hannah seems like a bit much. Miss Blaisdell, I'd be like, dude, you cannot.
You gotta stop hanging out with my ex-wife.
She keeps talking about ghosts, brother. Like, you can't do that. Like,
yeah.
This is your new girl? She says a ghost follows her around? Like, come on, man.
It is
Why
weird.
do you date my sister? She makes pewter. She makes pewter in the candlestick
pewter
holders.
jewelry.
Yeah, come on.
They would pass by the lanes, woods, houses, you know, where she would pass from room to room, and when the inmates, residents, not jail people, terrified by her apparition, fled from the apartment, she would kindly assure them she would not intrude upon their presence, but meet them wherever they wished to see or converse with her in the cellars of their dwellings. That sounds dirty. That sounds doity.
Yeah.
They're having a little sneaky down low romp.
Yeah, all of this confounds me so far.
Sometimes she appeared to a number of persons at a time, occasionally in the likeness of her former self, but still often in a fleecy mass of white shadowy light. I don't know what shadowy light is. That doesn't make sense to me.
I guess like just both. Kind of interweaving.
Is it like a ball of light that has like a shadow so you can tell that it's a ball?
Yeah, like, I think it's like it's backlit. Right or something. So there's like shadows on the front of them, but
they're holding up a mirror to like reflect the sunlight from behind.
I think it's like if you think about like the movie Ghost and like that hard 80s dirty dancing backlighting. It's that basically.
Yeah. When the parents of the lovers, awed by the preternatural Hold on. I got this. Awed by the preternatural interference of this wonderful apparition. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Preternatural interference of this wonderful apparition finally gave their consent to the union. The spirit presented herself at the wedding festivities, and there foretold the death of the bride within 10 months. Together.
That is hilarious. She was like, no, you definitely should get married. And then the wedding, she was like, wedding means you're gonna die, bitch. Gotcha.
Literally, she's like, yeah, you got like 10 months to live.
That is so funny. Just to dupe her like that. That's great.
Together with the birth and death of one child. So she's gonna basically die the same way that Nelly died.
Yeah, I mean, not a crazy gamble back then. I feel like half of all childbirths were related to mother explosions at some point. Like, nothing was guaranteed back then.
Is she saying that Captain Butler has toxic seed?
Yeah, she said his bust is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she died. He busted in her and she exploded her. Yeah.
These dark predictions, like many other of her prophecies, proved correct, but the decease of the second Mrs. Butler seemed to have had no effect in laying the spirit of her predecessor.
So the ghost's prophecies, right?
So
it's the ghost that makes the prophecies?
She predicted the death. It was correct.
Yeah.
But then, like, she stuck around, and Miss Blaisdell, Hannah, is gone.
Well, yeah. No, I think that makes sense.
So, like,
that tracks with my ghost rules personally.
Okay.
I don't think because she didn't get killed by the ghost just knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So she didn't ghost-abize the ghost. She just
right.
She was like, oh, you're gonna get hit by lightning. She
but
did. Whoops.
I guess it shuts up the haters who thought Hannah was making it up. Because Hannah's dead and she's still sticking around.
I think this is a ploy by Hannah. Hannah's like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Yeah.
This ghost is
Hannah's
real.
gonna fake her death. From the pertinacity with which she urged on the marriage.
You couldn't say interference a few minutes ago, and now you're dropping pertinacity on me.
I took a quick glance and I mentally prepared to say that one. From the pertinacity with which she urged on the marriage and her frequent appearance in the house and about the person of Miss Blaisdell, suspicion had attached to the latter as having simulated the phenomena for the purpose of effecting a union with Captain Butler. So we just talked about that.
Yeah. You don't think, do you think Captain Butler tried to fuck the ghost?
Oh,
do you think he tried to threesome his ghost wife and Hannah?
Yeah, he did.
I feel like he did, right?
Yeah.
If she's walking around, if she's like making tea in the fucking room,
she seems pretty tangible.
He definitely was like, "Hey, how sort of tethered to this shit are you?"
Yeah. I mean, you remember what it was like. You know, you're friends with Hannah.
You guys get along. It seems it's pretty cool.
But when it was found that her appearances after the marriage were more frequent than before, whilst her visitations continued
she stepped it up
with equal force and intensity after the second Mrs. Butler's death, this hypothesis became untenable. Neither would the facts of the case conform with the assumption that Miss Blaisdell's mediumship was essential in the production of the phenomena, which continued, as we have stated, long after her decease. So, basically,
okay, you don't have to do as per my previous email.
As
I've already said,
it's weird because all these like big vocabulary words are making me read regular words in a big vocabulary way. But yeah, basically, again, just proving, kind of reiterating what we said.
You would think the ghost would go away if either it was like a complete figment of Hannah's imagination, or specifically geared towards just this thing happening, which happened. How did Hannah die?
Childbirth.
Oh yeah, just complications. There wasn't any incident or anything.
Yeah, the baby's hog was. Well,
too
big.
I know she died when the kid happened. I just didn't know if they gave a reason to it or ascribed it rather than just saying it. You think the baby's hog was too big?
The baby's hog was too big.
You think he came out a little shower and he knocked her out.
He sliced everything up on the inside on the way out.
Yeah, that's a great, strange sort of thing to say. Frankly,
it's too big and pointy.
That's a great point. I think you should be on a list now. A government sort of list.
I don't know if I have a sound effect for that.
It'd be crazy if you had a button that was like, you're on a list now. Government list.
That actually would be crazy. So at one point, Nelly requested her dead child's body to be dug up and moved to a different burial spot, which is...
Nelly has a dead child? Oh, Hannah's dead child.
No,
Nelly has a dead child?
Nelly also died in childbirth.
Oh. Did I know that?
Yeah. Okay. Nelly was the first one to die in childbirth.
No, I know. Did you say that at some point?
Yeah.
Okay. I tuned out.
And then I made the joke about how Captain Butler's seed was poison or something.
Oh, that was like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so recent.
But yeah.
You must have said it in some old-timey ass words. I don't know. I ignored
seed.
it. The perspicacity of his bust.
So strangely, Nelly wants them to dig up the baby and bury it somewhere else.
I guess, man.
And so they do it. It's a very controversial thing, but they do it.
We know that they just do whatever. They just do whatever. If we learned from the Mercelina Brown episode, they just kind of do whatever comes to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're like, the ghost wants us to burn down the house, so we're burning down the house.
So at this ceremony, the spirit attended in person, singing and chanting in a voice which was audible to over 80 people who were present at the ceremony. She appeared to have been very piously disposed, singing hymns, quoting scripture, praying, exhorting, and representing herself as in heaven with Jesus and the angels. So that's a little... How are you in heaven and also on earth?
Baby.
What's
also,
going
kind
on?
of sounds like the songs I would expect to hear there.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be that out of place.
Hundreds of witnesses saw and heard this spirit, many of them people of the first standing, whose veracity and candor was unquestioned.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
I question their veracity and candor. Like, I don't, maybe this lady was fooled back in 1880.
Yeah.
These are all fucking worthless to me. I think these people could lie just like anybody else.
There were like hundreds of people, well, 80
Maybe
people,
I don't question their veracity. I do question their candor.
Honestly, these are words that I am not familiar with. I'm gonna have to look these up. Veracity.
It's just like how much it conforms to facts or accurate information.
And candor.
Candor is like your honesty.
Okay.
Yeah, it's open and honest.
Okay, so their ability to take in facts and then their ability to, like, correctly represent them.
Yeah, they're representing facts and also being forthcoming. So they're not leaving something out. Or,
I see.
Or whatever. But I think it's both bullshit. I think they're dirty little liars, frankly.
Well, we
They're
have
like, surely the Catholic Church wouldn't lie to us.
we have some direct quotes.
Wow.
From Abraham Cummings, and
The last name is unfortunate.
I'm gonna try.
They're all about that.
I'm gonna try to do an old timey like 1800s American accent.
Yeah,
I did some research. I
very
found
British.
out it's very similar to the West Country British UK accent. We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah.
It's not gonna last very long. I gotta get into character. Sorry about that. There we go. The times, places, and modes of her appearing were various. Sometimes she appeared to one alone, sometimes to 2 or 3, or to 5, 6, 10, or 12. Again,
I know how numbers
to 20,
work, Cummings. What the fuck?
And once to more than 40 witnesses. She appeared in several apartments of Mr. Blaisdell's house and several times in the cellar. She also appeared at other houses and in the open fields. There, white as light, she moved like a cloud above the ground in personal form and magnitude, and in the presence of more than 40 people. She tarried with them till after daylight and vanished. All right, I'm done with the accent.
Sometimes you sound like the turtle from Finding Nemo.
Oh, what up, dude?
And I sometimes
Yeah.
vanished. Also, I love that he's like, yeah, she didn't just appear to one person. She appeared to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Like, I'm like, just say more than 10.
Yeah,
whatever, man.
Or like up to 40
the
people.
exact configurations are so irrelevant to me.
Not because she was afraid of the sun, for she had run. Sorry, not run.
Yeah, we know she went out.
For she had then several times appeared when the sun was shining. Once in particular, when she appeared in the room where the family were, about 11 o'clock in the day, they all left the house, but convinced of the impropriety of their conduct, they returned. So they saw her come in and ran out, and then they were like, oh, you know what, that was kind of rude.
Yeah.
We'll come back in.
Okay, yeah, she only makes you dig up babies.
Yeah.
And screams at weddings and funerals about
screams hymns and the damnation of God.
Yeah.
I am in heaven with the angels.
Yeah, she sort of takes clout from Jesus.
I guess they didn't specify how she delivered those things. It could be like really horrifying.
I'm in heaven.
At another time when, this is still a quote, at another time when several neighbors were at the house and were conversing on these remarkable events, a young lady in the company declared that though she had heard the discourse of the specter, she would never believe that there had been a specter among us.
Hey.
Unless she could see her.
Welcome to senior bankership, lady.
Yeah, we got a senior
hey,
banker
lady,
here.
come on in.
In a few minutes after, the specter appeared to several persons, and she said she must come into the room where the company was. So she is polite. She's like, I'm going to wait outside the room, but like, I think I should go in there. She doesn't believe in me. I should go in there.
Oh, okay. I thought the lady said that.
Yeah.
I thought some people were like, oh, hey, she appeared outside. And she was like, well, she better come in then.
Yeah, no.
She wants to prove it.
This is one of the references I was making. The pronouns are crazy. The names are crazy. So basically, the senior binker was like, I don't believe this shit.
Yeah.
And then she like appeared outside the room to some other people and was like, you guys gotta let me in there.
Oh, okay.
Let me in. Let me show her. One of those who saw her pleaded that she would not. So they're like, please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't come in.
Yeah.
The specter then asked,
Is there a person here who desires to see me?
the young lady was then called, who with several others saw the specter.
Here I am. Satisfy yourselves.
She's very egotistical.
Yeah. She kind of rocks. Can I say that I kind of love her?
Yeah.
Okay.
The lady.
She's the first like truly aura farming specter
She
we've
really
had.
is. She's like,
She's
I
showing
have
up in this town.
arrived.
She's acting, frankly, a lot like Sephiroth. She floats down and she's like, and then she sings her little song about being in heaven. And then she's like, does someone want to see me?
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, but
Please don't.
Miss Butler, you're dead. And she goes, death is but the beginning. A homecoming. And you're like, whoa.
Drink in the vision.
Miss Butler, that's such a big sword. And then she cuts the house in half.
Oh no.
Dig up my child.
She actually, she would fit right in with your D&D campaign.
Yeah, honestly.
The lady owned that she was satisfied. It was now about 2:00 in the day. In short, the ghost appeared or conversed almost as frequently in the days as in the night. So she turned a senior binker into a junior binker.
Yeah, I suppose.
She's a powerful ghost.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, like, I think I speak for a lot of senior binkers when I say, like, come do it, ghost.
Bring it.
Come, hey.
Bring it.
Pop on down.
Yeah. In all the... It's still a quote. In all... It's a very long quote.
Hey, these people got to wrap it up.
In all the appearance...
A lot of veracity, a lot of candor, not a lot of concision in the fucking... Not a lot of keeping it tight,
they
right?
I feel like... it feels almost like a foreign language where to say like a single word concept that we might have, they have to say it in like 10 words.
Yeah.
That's I think how English worked in the 1800s.
There's a lot of German around back then, I think. I think the Germans were still getting settled.
In all the appearances of the specter, she was as white as the light, and this whiteness was as clear and visible in a dark cellar and dark night as when she appeared in the open field and in the open day. At a certain time, August 9th, she informed a number of people that she meant to appear before them, for she frequently conversed without appearing at all. So she's like, guys, I'm going to show up.
That's funny.
I'm going to appear.
She was like, sorry, I was talking. I didn't show up. Sorry, my bad. I didn't realize I hadn't shown up yet. I was talking, but I should just appear so you could see me.
However, they must stand in... So she... appear before them that they must stand in order and behave in a solemn manner.
For the Lord,
she said,
is a God of order.
So she's making them like either stand at attention or in line or like 2 by 2 or something, because God likes order. Accordingly, she appeared and vanished before them several times. At first, they saw a small body of light, which continually increased till it formed the shape and magnitude of a person. So, just more...
Yeah, the orbs.
More instances of her aura farming a little bit.
Yeah, this also feels like, what's it called? It's like orb. People trying to hype up orbs.
Yeah.
Like, no, the orbs can do stuff. They're not just...
They
They're
can
not
turn
just
into people.
stupid. They can become people.
They can turn into people.
I don't believe it. I think the orbs are just orbs.
This is this is an 1800 source, though. This is like probably some of the earliest writings we have about ghost orbs.
Yeah. No, I would believe it.
And I'm pretty anti-ghost orb when it's on camera, but, you know, if you're seeing orbs turn into people, who am I to say you didn't? So now we have some...
I'm pretty anti-ghost orb until I get the slightest provocation to become pro-ghost orb, and then I am.
I have some proofs here, which is just...
Mathematical proofs?
Mathematical proofs. She mentioned several incidents of her past life, known only to her husband, as he declared, and asked him if he remembered them. So she's like, hey, remember, like, on our honeymoon?
I don't think he's super trustworthy. This guy seems like a scoundrel,
but
frankly.
He's a captain.
He seems like a scoundrel.
He's a captain.
I also do feel like she's just, like, alive.
I really...
A lot of the story reeks of her just being alive, hanging out.
Pre-binking, I would say she's just alive and faked her death and like is like dressed in all white or something.
And acting very cool.
Yeah. I don't know how she turned from an orb into a full-bodied apparition, but it really does feel like she's just... She's like talking from far away, and she's like, "You must close your eyes for me to appear." And then she like sprints in.
She's turning down her lamp, and
he said yes. She asked him if he had told them. He answered no, and of such a nature were those incidents as to render it utterly improbable that he ever should have mentioned them before. This was at the time when he attempted to handle the apparition. So basically, she's like, "Hey, if I don't exist, how do these people know these things that I told them about you that you would have never told them?"
Yeah, she really loves arguing.
She does.
She loves his logical reasoning.
Well, no one wants to believe that she exists.
Who was this woman?
Nelly Butler.
Yeah.
Nelly Hooper Butler.
She was nuts back then.
Hooper, I hardly know her.
Wow, Butler, I hardly know her.
Once when she conversed with about 14 persons, Mr. Blaisdell, having heard that his father was sick, asked the specter whether she knew anything or not concerning him.
"Your father,"
she replied,
"is in heaven, praising God with the angels."
He afterwards found that his father, 200 miles distant, died 3 days before this answer of the ghost, and his friends at York, where his father lived, utterly deny that they sent the news in the course of these days. Again, another death prediction.
Okay, I believe you
Another
guys.
death prediction.
Yeah, I believe you guys.
He died. He's in heaven.
No, we didn't tell our boy.
I eat lunch with your father in heaven every day.
Yeah.
She desired that any of them would ask what questions they pleased.
Well, you got possessed by Nelly for a second there.
Yeah. So she's like, ask me anything.
Yeah, she's funny.
For the removal of any doubts respecting her. Accordingly, certain persons did propose several questions respecting a number of events in her past life. To all these inquiries, she gave completely satisfactory answers. Oh, there's one perv in the corner who's like, golly gee, miss, what say you your brassiere size?
I also like that. Like, I think she might be making some of those up. You got satisfactory answers for every question.
Yeah.
They're like, "What's a turtle like?" And she's like, they're like big bugs. I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah. There's no way to prove her wrong.
I've always wanted to go to the Galapagos. And you're like, "Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I've been there.
They got big red birds.
Yeah, the snow there is wonderful."
And Emily's like, "I don't fucking know what's going on."
Yeah. So she knows everything. You know, she's in heaven. She knows it all. God gives her powers and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So now we have testimony of her sister.
Okay.
Mrs. Wentworth. Mrs. Do I know her last name? I did. I don't know it now.
J.G. Wentworth.
J.G. Wentworth.
On the 2nd of January, 1800, Hannah Blaisdell came to Mr. Butler's house and informed me that the extraordinary voice which they had heard had declared itself to be that of my sister, and that I must go to her father's house. I replied to her face that I did not believe it. The next day I received the same message from 3 other persons of other families, to whom I returned the same answer. Nevertheless, I was at last persuaded and accompanied Captain Butler and my husband to Mr. Blaisdell's house. Captain Butler and I examined the cellar with a candle. Captain Simpson and some others went with us.
I don't know if Captain Simpson is her husband, or they never really... They don't really explain Captain Simpson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn Homer Simpson.
I held Lydia.
Mrs. Butler. They never mentioned that too. I held... Lydia is Mrs. Butler.
Huh?
I don't know which Mrs. Butler. There's like 3 Mrs. Butlers.
I thought the ghost name was Emily.
Nelly.
Is Nelly short for Lydia?
I believe Lydia is the mother of Captain Butler.
Okay.
I held Lydia, Mrs. Butler, by the arm when we heard a loud knocking and the sound of a voice which brought fresh to my mind my sister's voice. This voice spoke several sentences which were such as my sister used to utter, and from this time I cleared Lydia of the voice and accused the devil.
"I'm bringing despair to smash." She's like, "That's my sister. She always said that."
Yeah.
"Cloud, bring me the materia.
The end times are coming.
She's like, "Wow, that's Nelly."
It is funny though, because she's like, this is the devil.
Yeah.
This is not Nelly. This is the fucking devil.
Yeah.
This is one of those doppelgangers I've been hearing about.
Right.
Which I guess
The rest of the town completely taken immediately.
Yeah.
No suspicion, no fear.
I guess, if we're to believe this, you could also believe it's a doppelganger or the
I'd say
devil.
it's equally as likely as the other fake
Yeah.
stuff we've been reading.
Most of the affidavits are to the same effect as the above.
Solemn?
Solemn.
Okay. They better be.
Many of them state that the spirit often appeared bearing a very small child in her arms, that the particles of luminous matter that seemed to compose her were tremulous, in constant motion, presented no resistance to the touch, and were always white and shining. That's classic ghost stuff.
Yeah, she's tremulous.
Although, I will say, I guess this is kind of like painting the imagery of ghosts for our generation.
Yeah.
All the witnesses saw her with more or less distinctness, and all heard her voice and bore testimony to its remarkable shrillness and inimitable peculiarity.
Yeah.
No one can do
her voice.
Wow, it's me, Nelly.
I tried. I couldn't get.
She sounds like fucking the guy from AC/DC.
Wow. It's Nelly. Are you ready to rock?
Mr. Cummings' pamphlet concludes with the following summary of the manifestations. All right, I'm going to try his voice one more time.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. At first, the terror of the persons who beheld her was excited by the idea of beholding a ghost. Yet, after a little discourse with her, their fears were entirely dissipated and succeeded by a singular pleasure. So delightful was the mode of her address and conversation. I'm not gonna lie, I blacked out when I said that. I have no idea what you just said.
I blacked out while you were saying it.
So, Junior Binkers,
I guess he was like, "Oh, it was weird," and it wasn't.
do with that sentence as you will.
Whatever, man.
Still, the details of this remarkable case are too circumstantial and well attested to leave room for doubt concerning its main facts.
I have some.
There's no room. There's no
Okay.
room for doubt. And they unquestionably form one of the most singular and authentic evidences of direct spirit communion. Is it annals or annals?
It's funnier if you say annals.
The annals of history?
The anal beads of history.
Can furnish in America prior to the great outpouring from which the modern movement of spiritualism dates in 1848.
Is this book full of fake shit, or is there like other shit in there?
I have access to the book.
I'm saying, did you peek through any of the other like table of contents? What other stories are in
I
there?
did not, but I can take a quick impromptu look
But it's
here.
just like the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot. And she just goes through like 10 fake things,
And also, to the Junior Binkers, this is available on the Library of Congress, so you can just read it for free
for another week or two, probably.
a week or two.
Till they disband that thing.
It's also on archive.org, as long as they're still alive.
Yeah.
They've been giving me like, hey, we need donations pop-ups.
They have been getting stuff taken off.
I don't know.
Until they get hit with the Pornhub ID scan bullshit.
Oh, no. So the table of contents is just spiritualism in Germany, spiritualism in France,
I did talk about Germany.
spiritualism in Great Britain.
Okay. Yeah, so it's all ghosts.
They have Australia, New Zealand, the Polynesian and West India Islands, South America, Mexico. They lumped those two
She did
together.
say every country.
She did. The East Indies, Holland,
Yeah.
Russia,
Wow.
Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden,
Yep.
Switzerland,
Yeah.
Italy, Spain,
Oh.
Austria, Belgium, and Turkey.
Yeah.
America. America's the last one, actually.
Wow. No, Japan. Is that the East Indies, Japan back then?
Maybe?
Okay.
I guess.
I don't know what would have been lumped in. Okay, hey, that's great for her.
Yeah.
Her fake book has got a lot of countries in it.
She's got a great fake book. But that is the end of the story of Nelly Butler.
What a gal.
I'm gonna say
Might be the first ghost I'm in love with.
Oh wow!
Like as a concept, as a figure.
Yeah.
Like she's just such a bitch. It rocks. she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's the first ghost that someone has taunted and has immediately she's been like, oh, no, do we have a problem? And they're like, Nelly, don't come in. She's like, no, if we have a problem, I'm like, I'll go fucking show her. I'll fucking show up if she has a problem.
I'm now kind of like
She wants to fucking see me. I'll let her fucking see me.
I'm picturing her as like the Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah, I think she's Danielle Bergoli.
Yeah.
Just covered in like a light base of white flour, shaking with rage at being misidentified.
Lantern behind her the whole time.
kerosene fumes, making her voice high pitched and strange.
I don't know like how so many people could fall for that, but I also don't know how so many people could falsely see this imagery hear.
I do have a suggestion that might bum you out a little bit.
That's okay.
I think
No.
I think living in Maine in 1800 was kind of boring. And they were like, what if we had like a town ghost? And they were like, hey, Nelly, you want to act like a fucking psycho? And she was like, I already do, baby. And so then they get this out of town. She's like, I don't believe in a ghost. They're like, we'll get Nelly to show up. And they're like, no, Nelly, come on, don't come in, Nelly. And she's like, where's this bitch?
That's an interesting theory. It's kind of like your imaginary friend concept. Well, not yours, but like the general your, you know. We have an imaginary friend and everyone plays along.
Yeah.
And it's like
Sometimes they would call it mass hysteria, you know, the idea of like, you know, I think Mercy Lena Brown has a little bit of that mass hysteria with the smells.
The vampire
I think
scare.
this is mass boredom. Mass Maine boredom. Too far to catch crabs or whatever the fuck Maine does.
Yeah, the
no
Hitler
lobsters.
mustache of Maine is not a very poppin' place.
You're too far from Portland to get some little trinkets in the town center. And you know, there's probably no Holy Donut nearby to get potato donuts. So you're just like, I'm going to fucking make up a ghost.
So the Bink scale, we're going to get into it very briefly. 1 is fully binked, no ghosts. 10, completely unbinked, all ghosts. I'm gonna say I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
Because I like the concept of it. I obviously do still lean towards it is probably one of your theories, but there's a little piece of me that's like, well, maybe this ghost just convinced everybody.
Yeah.
So I'll go with a 3.
Cool. I say 0. I think the one lady who wrote this book made it up entirely. I just think it's completely fake.
Wow.
I think it's like fully fake. I don't even think she like drove to.
Shit.
I don't even think she like went to Maine to meet these people. I think she just made the story up.
That's one I didn't even think
She was like, yeah,
possible.
it happened 90 years ago or whatever the fuck. I do think honorary like 8 for having the coolest ghost we ever had.
Yeah. Okay.
If I was going to meet a single ghost,
that's the one you want to meet.
I want to meet Nelly Butler.
Yeah.
She seems like a fucking badass. She seems, first of all, like a cool chick.
Yeah.
And I like how disrespectful she is to people. You're like everyone's sadly mourning, and she's like, I'm with Jesus in heaven, and it's fucking sick as hell. And you're like, come on, Nelly.
What's up, Sullivan Maine?
Yeah. I do
You
also.
dance with Jesus now.
I do think it is pretty fun that she's like making people like come to attention for her
I also
to
think it's
appear.
cool that like a lot ghosts seem to have a lot of rules, and whenever someone's like, well, ghosts only appear at night, they're like, well, we did see Nelly 15 times during the day.
Yeah.
She threw a basketball at my head. Like, she just shows up whenever she wants. I think that's sick.
Yeah.
So Nelly's really cool. It is a 0 because it is fake, but it is cool. Nelly is cool.
I would love to know how they pulled this off.
Nelly gets my coolest ghost award. I think they covered her in flour, or again, it's entirely fake.
Our coolest ghost award.
Oh, yeah. No, kind of honestly, by far. No other
Yeah.
ghost has been anywhere near as fun or interesting.
Do you want to save that for the end of the year, or do you want to just give it out now?
There's who would beat her?
I don't know.
There was a funeral with like 200 people, and she showed up and was like, not only am I here, I'm going to sing.
That's true.
She's like, I'm not only going to show up, I'm going to fucking show up.
Okay. Yeah. You know what?
'Cause if you can hear her, she's singing the loudest of anyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's singing, and she's singing like way louder.
Well, she's using like ghost prestidigitation or
Well,
something.
so you're like,
to,
the body lays with Jesus. And she's like, the body lays with Jesus. And you're like, damn, Nelly's going back there.
yeah. Well, that brings us to wrap up this episode. I want to thank
Like
all
Captain
of our.
Butler should have wrapped it up.
Oh
'Cause
my
his
god,
seat was killing people.
Captain Butler. Why don't you stop having kids? Get that shit.
I think
snipped.
2 marriages is enough, bud.
Thank you to our junior and senior Binkers for listening to this episode of Ghost Binkers. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Ghost Binkers. Send us an email, ghostbinkers@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, some suggestions of things you want to see. If you have your own story, we will bink it or treat it nicely, whatever you want. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We would love 5 stars. It's kind of mandatory. And tell at least as many friends as Nelly Butler people spoke to.
1, 2, 3,
1,
4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12,
12, 40.
17, 21, 44.
Tell 40 friends
Yeah.
about the podcast.
Also, find like the town records for Sullivan Maine and see if any of these people are real at all.
That's a good idea. I probably should have done that, but I'm going to leave that on to you,
That's your job at
junior
home.
and senior binkers. That's your homework before next episode. Thank you to first Peter Muse for pointing me in the direction of this book, and Emma Brittonley something. She's dead now, so I don't really have to thank her.
Oh, the one who wrote the book.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like someone Peter knew. I was like, don't fucking rub it in. Jesus.
But I will leave any links, visuals, or anything in the Spooky Specimens section of the description.
Yeah.
And on that note, we will catch you on the next episode.
Goodbye.
I've never had a potato donut. It doesn't sound good, but
great.
I bet it is.
It's just like kind of
because I like potato bread.
It's a slightly denser donut.
Okay. On the Bink scale,
Back to the donuts.
okay,
They're great.
donuts.
Don't disrespect the potato donuts again.
On
They
the
had, I
Bink
had a maple bacon one that was really good.
Ooh, that does sound pretty
piece
good.
of bacon.
I actually am not a big maple bacon guy, though.
Do you like anything?
Yeah, I like Boston cream.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
I hate Boston cream donuts.
I know it's a controversial.
I think it's
take,
like loser shit.
It's weird because everyone who likes them really likes them, but everyone who doesn't really.
I just think it's like
dislikes them.
Why do you want goop in your donut?
I love goop.
No, it's gross.
I love goop.
It's
The
also,
flavor
it
of the
makes
goop
eating
is
it
great.
like preposterous.
Tastes like
It's
ectoplasm.
It's like a weird pocket, and if you touch it anywhere in the donut, it goops out immediately.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
Yep. Goops right into
It does
the
not
mouth.
taste like ectoplasm. Also, I'm not letting you sneak that one by. It does not taste
That's,
like ectoplasm.
that's my new bit is trying to sneak stuff by you.